Okay, moving on. So there's a Pirate Bay, our favorite pirate website. Did they made an NFT version, or is it
Yeah,
like the
man.
same page just offering NFTs as well? Like, I don't understand.
Okay, so the Pirate Bay. That's like back in the day. We used to all
Yeah,
yes.
I pay for Microsoft Word.
Exactly. Yeah, so Pirate Bay back in the day was
As
a
we all
little
do.
website that you could frequent in order to get some black market programs.
What do you mean? This movie just came out. I saw it in theaters.
It just
Exactly.
came out in 3 days.
But yeah, so I guess someone has come up with this great idea to come up to have these NFT Pirate Bay. So I think you can like quite literally download every single NFT that has ever gone through Ethereum in like a single click, like something ridiculous like that. And it's just pointing out the ridiculousness of NFTs in general, of like, it's just pixels on a screen and I can save them. So now there's a whole Pirate Bay dedicated to just saving these images.
But isn't that just like Google Images? Like,
Yeah, that's the point of it though. It's more satire. Because yeah, like there's literally nothing stopping you from looking up an NFT because it's on the Ethereum network, right? You can just look it up. You can find that picture and you can just right click it and save it. And I own it now. This motherfucker paid $60 million for it. I just right clicked it. Like I got it now.
so I have two thoughts. One, what I've been seeing all these things on Twitter, and I just assumed they were just like basic ass memes, but like when someone just like changes their name or their picture to like a cyberpunk or something, and then
Yeah.
you have that guy being like, "That's my NFT. You can't post that." It's like,
Really?
what happens? Like
Nothing.
There are
What?
no rules.
Yeah,
It
if the
just
guy
seems
like I
wild.
don't know, he could like get his lawyers to send a cease and desist or something, right? But it's like it's the internet. Like, what are you gonna do? It's the internet.
That's just so bizarre.
Yeah. So like NFTs, there's a lot of promising ideas that are around the horizon kind of thing. But for right now, just like fancy ass JPEGs, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I feel like it's very much like Bitcoin, where like you can kind of there's one version of it where you can kind of see what the end goal might be, but there's so much shit around it that you realize, like, you know, that person that made an ape NFT and made 100 of them, it's because he knows he can make $1 million off doing that. He's not doing it for an actual purpose for a game. Whereas I could see, like, when I think of NFTs, because I'm trying to wrap my brain around how people actually care about them, and I started to think about like when we play video games, like when I play like NBA 2K, that's my shit. But you go around in the park and you start off with sweatpants and a brown t-shirt. And then if you make money, you can go buy a new shirt, buy a new jersey, buy pants, whatever. But if you don't want to play the game to get that money, I can take out my credit card, put $80 in. I've got 100,000 coins and I can spend it on whatever. So now say you're playing the 2K as well and you're in your house and you decide you want to put paintings on the wall. You can use your coins from in-game, but if you don't have them, you can pay real money, get that painting. So take that kind of form and throw it to the metaverse with what Facebook is trying to create.
Yeah.
Now this is your actual house. Like you sit in your house, you put on your goggles, and now you go to where you consider your real life, the life that you really care about. And now you're spending money on those paintings, and people actually can't take it from you anymore because it's in your house. And if they do, you're going to have like a metaverse trial and you're going to have Zuckerberg decide who gets to keep the painting. That's where I envision it going.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, well, yeah, I see it two ways that kind of make sense. Of one, yeah, let's say you have like a VR world and your VR house is all full of NFTs. So you had like a statue in front of your VR house. And that thing you would actually have paid for, and it's only in front of your house, or there's only a certain number of those NFTs made. So then someone could look up that NFT and you would be on the list of like one of 4 or something like that. So like that's kind of cool. If like the metaverse takes off and everyone has their own VR properties and you go over to your buddy's VR house and he's got super custom artwork on the wall, that's kind of neat. And then the other thing that makes sense is in video games to have like special characters or special abilities or special weapons or something. And you have to actually pay for that. And then you can like trade and bargain for that code that you have, because only you can use that special ability.
You guys, I just had a realization.
Let's hear it.
All these rich people have been spending all their money on all this bullshit that us normal people don't have. But now that they've bought everything, they're like, fuck, how are we going to continue to further flex our dollars on these poor people?
Yeah.
Let's make up fake shit so that we can flex on them there too.
Digital versions of it.
Because like Kyle's saying, like if someone had this shit and I was like walking around and like I called it like, you know, those fucking noob scrubs when you got your gray sweats, brown shirt. Once you got your, you know, your noob scrubs on, he's like, yeah, you look kind of lame next to all these ballers and everyone's all decked out. And I'm like, man, I don't have 2 months to catch up to you. Let me just throw 50 in this and I'll hop on real quick, whatever, and we can just play. I can't just throw 50 in and catch up with Snoop Dogg. What the fuck? If this is like a digital world, he's got this giant house, millions of dollars of NFTs on the wall, and I'm just like, now I have 2 houses I have to worry about if I look poor in both. Like, what?
Make an entire metaverse, get all the plebs to play it and populate it, and then the Brits just come in and just buy up all the expensive cool things.
Yeah,
everything continues.
Yeah, it's pay to play, except I can't put in 50 and get 100,000. I have to put in 50 and I get like $10.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm broke.
and they can kind of hit you double sided, because you got to get on 2K. If you buy a jersey from the NBA, a Nike jersey, it sometimes has like a code on it so that you can use it to track stuff for in game.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're showing you it in the game. You can spend money to buy it in the game, and then you buy the actual jersey in real life. So they're doubling down on the money that they're getting from you. So if NFTs start kind of doing the same thing, and you decide I want to have the same house in my game as I do outside, you're just buying the same shit twice. And like you said, it's just rich people realize that they can double dip on us. We have no money and we're willing to spend double just to have 2 houses that look the equal shitty.
Right? If they take all of the properties in the world and just turn metaverse into this digital world where my house is on the market in the digital world, 99% of us aren't even getting a chance to start buying those properties because we're still trying to get a fucking mortgage in our actual town. And now these guys are like, let me just buy up this entire neighborhood before you even get a chance to look at them.
Well, the weird thing about this whole idea of a metaverse and the fact that we're paying actual money for virtual plots of land, it's this idea of congregation of like, we all just want to be in the same area where there's nothing stopping me from hosting my own server inside of my own house, and I build a VR world that like I could give a code to like all of my closest buddies and they could access that server on the net. So then we could all live in this metaverse that we created with like 0 outside influence. There's 0 commercial corporate capitalism or anything like that, and we all just chill there. We just made it ourselves. But that's not profitable. No one wants to do that. Everyone wants to go to the one main serververse that everything's being hosted on. So they're willing to pay like millions of dollars to do that.
I think someone
Weird.
just bought like a $6 million plot of digital space to
Happens
like
all the time.
get ready for like a shopping center. They're going to host like fashion venues or something there.
If you go, so like you got Decentraland and you got, what's the other one?
Decentraland. What creativity.
Right?
Like, fucking, you know that nerds are creating this stuff.
Yeah. And the other one is like the Sandbox or something like that, maybe? I think so. They're both like garbage.
What about GTA Online? Can I just have my stuff?
Right? That would be a cool VR metaverse. It'll get like that eventually.
What I'm picturing now, because what you said about creating your own servers is like kind of like, say LeBron James, he decides he's going to make a server that's a basketball court, and if you want to come play with him and his buddies, you have $50,000 to get in.
Yo,
you can get your creator in there.
Literally Space Jam 2.
Is it?
That was literally the plot to Space Jam 2.
Oh my
LeBron
god.
James in his own fucking like,
I told
Warner Brothers serververse.
I didn't even know that was the plot. I haven't seen it yet.
It's terrible.
Oh no.
I can't watch it.
It was like a very meta movie. It was weird.
I can't watch it because like Space Jam, the first one, has a special place in my heart, and
Yeah.
if I watch LeBron just really suck in the movie, it might move me closer to Michael Jordan being the best.
Yeah, well, they
I can't do
definitely
it.
played into the fact that he is not an actor. Like, he was just like trying to be a good actor, and it was just like that was bad.
Yeah,
So, but
you just own the company, so you get a place in this one.
The fact that you just described the plot though is so funny. Like, wow.
But yeah, man. So like, okay. So we got the sandbox. You go there. That's like an actual VR world. I can put on a VR headset and like travel through this oasis. But there's like nothing there. It's just like this ghost land of like a couple of blocks floating around. Not too much going on. A couple of like
Basically,
art
100
installments.
Mile. Like, you're just waiting for people to plot their lands.
Yeah, and then there's the Decentraland. There's talk of it going into VR eventually, but you can't even play it in VR. Like, you can only play it on your desktop. And you're just like this little character that just kind of walks around, goes to a couple different lands. You don't really do much in it. And yeah.
It's because
So
no
it's like-
one's bought it up yet.
Well, I mean, it's all speculation, just like crypto in general. So everyone is spending millions of dollars on these plots of land, on these plots of undeveloped land, with the anticipation that something's going to happen. So, I mean, Sandbox and Decentraland are both kind of stupid. Like, there's not much going on. So what about in like a year, everyone's spent millions of dollars on these two companies. In a year from now, another company just pops up with better tech. It's going to work better. And there's going to be a ton of available land there because no one's bought up that virtual land. And then it's just
And
going to
now
keep
we
happening.
have a fucking multiverse.
So then it's going to be a multiverse of different
because you can do this a million
metaverses.
times. It doesn't matter how many times. It's just which one's going to be the most popular one.
Yeah,
It's gonna
so
actually
if
bring the
you
dollars.
just are in the right place at the right time, you can buy land early of the newest verse.
Yeah, it'll be like crazy expensive to get into Los Angeles, but you want to go to Wisconsin,
Yeah.
you're good. You want to go to Chilliwack, there's tons of room everywhere.
It was
Or
like,
imagine having to like switch servers because they increase your rent.
well,
You're in the metaverse and you can't afford rent anymore.
Well, more than likely, a lot of like the Web 3.0 or Web 2.0 or whatever, the new installation of the web, we're probably going to get paid to use it. So that's like we are physically getting paid to be sent advertisements, or where we get paid to play certain games. And it's not going to be this thing where we have this bill in order to be allowed to use the internet. The internet is a lifeblood for these companies. They need it in order to survive. So more than likely, the way the new installation of the web is getting set up, we'll probably get paid to use it.
huh.
Yeah. Which would be cool, man.
So all this stuff has me thinking too. So I played this game one time, and now all the gamer heads out there will know what this is. It's called Ark Survival Evolved. Ever heard of it? Okay, so it's basically like your standard survival game. You spawn on a beach. There's a big jungle, mountainous range on the map, and you can collect resources. And there's crazy animals like dinosaurs and giant sharks, giant snakes, like all those like. Some of the things are based on science and history. Some of them are based off like theories. Some of them, I don't even think some
Just
of them,
fun.
Yeah, some of them are just there.
Okay.
There's like a giant like rooster T-Rex or something. I think that was just for the
Fair.
lulz. But anyways, and the whole point of the game is to survive. Now you can collect resources and you can turn those resources into other resources, and you can build houses. You can slowly build your structure from like the Stone Age all the way up to like there's like automated turrets, like military stuff. Like there's a long list of things you can do. Now, what happens is because it takes you hours, and from experience, the one time I played it, hours just to make a basic like wooden house. Very basic. Basically a wooden box with a door. That's basically all I had.
Yeah.
Hours to make this. But it takes like 30 seconds to blow that shit to pieces. And so now what you have is you have these guys that create these clans, and there's like 20 of them, and they'll take shifts. So some people are sleeping while the others protect their bodies. And because that's the thing. And in this particular game, when you sign off, your character doesn't just like disappear. It just like falls limp. So you need to have protection. You need to build a house.
Wild.
And so if you have a clan of 20 people in a fortress, you have like a room where everyone just like goes to sleep. And then people that are playing right now, they'll be on shift. They'll protect everyone. And then when they're ready to go to bed, the other people will be back on, and then they'll protect their bodies. And so it's like a great little system that they create with their community. But then they like, once you have that kind of shit going on in the server, now you can start imposing taxes on people. And they'll be like, hey, You either give me, whatever the best resource is. I think they were using like gunpowder. Give me all your gunpowder, or I'll blow your fucking shit to the ground. And now it's going to take you 20 hours of playing just to get it back. Fuck you. And I'm just like, this game's toxic.
Yeah, the internet is a weird
and
place,
it's like,
man.
how realistic are we going to get with our, virtual world? Is Metaverse gonna, or whatever, Decentraland gonna be popular because it's a very friendly, passive game where you just get to walk around? Like you said, another company comes with better technology. What if a world comes out where they're like, hey, but in this one, you can actually like push people. And it just kind of escalates because then these people's like, oh, we can start fighting. We want to scrap in Metaverse? Like, it'd be kind of fun because neither of us get actually hurt.
Yeah.
But what if it's like, oh, a new one comes out. Now you can like interact with the geography. And all of a sudden it's like total warfare. It's just a big video game where it's GTA Online. Like,
yeah. Instead of buying plots of land, you're buying tools to manipulate the land or something like that. So then all of the plebs live on the land, but then you pay to be able to fucking make mountains and earthquakes and stuff.
Yeah.
So then you're
get
playing
killed.
Like Sim City, but it's like the people are actual players playing a different version of the game. That's trippy.
Yeah, that's what they're really going for, is just creating real life on VR. So then you're always getting the advertisements. They're always getting their money off of you.
Yeah, it's a new frontier, right?
Mhm.
Like we've explored as many dimensions as we can, up, down, forwards, backwards. That's about it. We've gone all the ways and we kind of know all the directions. So now we're like, okay, which direction can we go? Let's go in.
I love video games. I just feel like this level of depth is just too much for me. And it's like, this is going to take over people's lives.
I find it wild. Like I am so about it that there's a part of me that wants to sell everything I own, like all my camera gear and everything, and just like develop VR games or like just do something. There's a Canon camera that just came out recently, and it's literally 2 lenses popped into one, and it like fits onto that specific camera. No, that specific camera. And I'm like, I'm so tempted. I want it. Yeah, but it has like literally 2 lenses, and it's specifically designed for just VR applications. I don't know what, because it's all uncharted territory.
Yo, let's
But I
make the
want it.
podcast VR. Everyone sits right here.
Yo. You have
Before
no
we-
idea how bad I want to do that.
Now, before you put this idea in his mind, we need to know the price tag, because I feel like we can't afford
Yeah.
to have VR land.
What's
Well,
the
I mean-
cost of me just dapping people up that saw us?
Okay,
online?
okay, like let's break this down for real. If we could stream VR, so we would need like a VR or like a stick, like the stick to plug in to a computer.
Okay.
And we would need like the 360 cam. So that's like $400 maybe. That stick, like maybe $100.
Okay. 500 so far?
I feel like these numbers are going to get a little higher.
And then all 3 of us will need VR headsets.
Okay. It's
Um,
like another like 500 each or something.
yeah, well, like I've got the Quest 2, and I think that was like $399.
Okay.
So
So
like, I think you might even be able to get it cheaper. But like, yeah, so like, let's say $400.
$400 each. Okay,
Between-
so we're at 1,700.
Yeah, and like, I don't have to buy one. I already have one.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
at 1,200. Sorry, 1,400.
That's it.
That was all bad.
And then we're in VR.
Everything you did there was bad math.
No, I said one thing. I said one thing wrong. Relax.
No,
Okay.
you said 12, then 14. It was 13. 17.
It's
drop off
14. What are
400.
you talking about? We're at 14.
17, drop off 400.
I thought you
Eh?
said 300.
Huh?
See, you guys need to get on Reddit because
I'm done with it.
everything in my head, I always reference Reddit things because there's like a Reddit community entirely dedicated to threads of people doing the math. So it's just like if an argument happens on just some random thread in some random Reddit, like part of Reddit, someone does all the math unnecessarily, and then just underneath the next person commented is just like he did the math. And then that'll just like sub-route to the actual Reddit of like just an entire chain of just people doing the math in the middle of conversations. It's pretty funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Reddit's a cool place.
That's one I've never really. It seems like a much cooler Pinterest, because like that's the only thing I reference, because I'm a fucking
Kyle's on Pinterest?
yeah. I'm definitely on Pinterest.
I use Pinterest, but that's like it's either like male room designs or like photography ideas, and that's what I use Pinterest for.
I'm
feel
trying
like
to figure out where to put the fucking elf on the shelf. Like, I don't know where the hell it goes. I'm talking to all these women trying to figure this out.
that's hilarious. I think I use Pinterest only when it comes up in a Google search. Like if I'm looking for a picture of something and it's like, oh, the link takes me to Pinterest. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, nah.
I use it
That's a
all
good
the
app.
time, but I just don't apply it. I'm like, that looks fucking awesome. I'm gonna save that, and I'm never gonna look again. I'm done. If one day I decide I've got like extra money, I want to do something, I can design a whole house if I want to. I've got it ready.
Oh,
Just
man.
haven't done any application of it.
So, like I said, this whole metaverse thing, this whole digital world, this is kind of terrifying.